गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. Today we are going to discuss a new text called Suta Samhita. Many of you may not have heard of this text because it is not a popular text. But all of you have heard of Purana. The Hindu scriptures consist of Vedas, Smriti, Itihasa and Purana. The list is not complete because if we keep on enumerating, there are many. But the main body of the text consists of Veda, Smriti, Itihasa and Purana. Vedas are the primary text. Vedokhilo dharma moolam. Veda is the primary source of dharma. All spiritual disciplines are based on the Vedas. Therefore, any other text like Smriti, Itihasa and Purana, they are based on the Vedas. The importance of the secondary texts, Smriti, Itihasa and Purana, is mentioned in Suta Samhita itself. There is a line, Itihasa Puranabhyam Vedam Samupabrahmayet. Itihasa Puranabhyam Vedam Samupabrahmayet. Veda should be understood through Itihasa and Purana. Smriti, Itihasa and Purana. Even Smriti should be included. Therefore, Smriti, Itihasa and Purana, these texts are meant for understanding the teaching of Vedanta. Certain ideas are mentioned in the Veda in a cryptic manner. Therefore, if we just read the Veda, we may not understand the actual meaning. To get clarity, we need the help of Smriti, Itihasa, Purana, etc. There are 18 Puranas. Predominantly, there are 18 Puranas. There are many other Puranas also. The Purana cannot be counted. So many Puranas are there. If you probe deeper, in our country, every temple has a Purana of its own. It is called Sthala Purana. You visit any temple, when you meet the priest, you ask Sthala Purana. What is the Sthala Purana? There will be a story. Shiva came here with the Parvati. It will begin something like that. So even this temple has a Sthala Purana. He will tell you. So there are many Puranas, but main Puranas are 18. All these Puranas are authored by Vyasa, son of Satyavati. Ashtadasha Purananam Karta Satyavati Sutaha. Satyavati Sutaha, son of Satyavati, wrote all the 18 Puranas. Vyasa was a real wonder. He has written many things. Mahabharata, 18 Puranas, and so on and so on. Brahma Sutras. So many things are written by Vyasa. Also, he compiled the Vedas. Therefore, he is called Vedavyasa. He did not write the Veda, he compiled the Veda. Vedas were already there, but he had to collect them together and classify them. Therefore, he was called Vedavyasa. Among the 18 Puranas, there is a Skanda Purana. Skanda Purana a part of Skanda Purana is Suta Samhita. It is an important part of Skanda Purana. Generally, people have a misconception that Purana is just stories. Purana is mythology. People think so. But Purana is not just stories. Telling story is not the purpose of Purana. As I already said, Puranas are meant for clarifying and simplifying the teaching of the Vedas. Stories are just a skeleton. They are like a masala. You don't just eat masala. Masala is meant for giving taste in food. It is not food in itself. Just masala doesn't make the food. In the form of the story, so many teachings are conveyed. So many great ideas are conveyed. So many values are conveyed. That is Purana. And it is true with the Itihasa also. Itihasa and Purana are not stories. A lot many things are conveyed through the stories. And within the stories you will find many dialogues. One of the dialogues is Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is a dialogue in Mahabharata. There are many such dialogues in Mahabharata itself. Bhagavad Gita is just one such dialogue. There are many dialogues. Likewise, in the Puranas also we find dialogues. Embedded in the story. And one such a dialogue is Suta Samhita. Typically, all Puranas are narrated by one of the grand disciples of Vyasa. His name is Ugrashavaha. His name is Ugrashavaha Suta. He is called Ugrashava Suta. Suta is his surname. Ugrashava Suta. Therefore, since this book is narrated by Suta in Naimisharanya to Sanakadi Rishis, not Sanaka, Shaunakadi Rishis. In Naimisharanya, some rishis stayed, and the important one among them was Shaunaka. Along with Shaunaka, there were others also. They were all performing yaga in Naimisharanya. Naimisharanya was a place known for yaga. Many yagas were done there in olden days, because it is considered one of the most holiest places. Shaunakadi rishis were doing yaga. And then, in between the time when someone performs a yaga, a ritual, in between there will be some time. And the time should be spent in some good things. It should not be spent in watching cricket match or movie. Fortunately, they did not have TV in those days. Nowadays, people have TV and things like that. So easily they can switch on and watch movie and so on. So the time should be spent in a meaningful way, especially the time between yaga. Then in between, when they were performing the yaga, Mr. Suta comes. Mr. Suta happens to be the son of Romaharshana. And Romaharshana was a disciple of Vyasa. And he has learnt all the Puranas from Vyasa. In fact, Vyasa gave the duty of propagating the Purana to Romaharshana. And he taught all the Puranas to his son Romaharshani or Ugrashava. That is how Ugrashava learnt all the things. Suta. He knew all the Purana. And knowing all the Purana means knowing the teaching of entire Veda also. Because entire Veda is explained in the Puranas. Purana contains the teaching of the Veda, including Vedanta. So Suta happens to come there, and then Shaunaka recognizes Suta, and he offers him a seat, worships him, Atithi Puja, and then he asks him, please tell us some good things, what you have learnt from your father, what you have learned from your guru. And then Suta narrates all the Puranas. That is how 18 Puranas and even Mahabharata. Mahabharata is not a Purana, it is Itihasa. And 18 Puranas, including Bhagavatam, all were narrated by Suta to Shaunakadi Rishayaha. So, among the 18 Puranas, there is Skanda Purana, and this is a part of Skanda Purana. Among these Puranas, some Puranas are Vaishnava Puranas, like Vishnu Purana or Bhagavatam, Garuda Purana. They are Vaishnava Puranas. They are Vaishnava Puranas. So, 18 Puranas. Among the 18 Puranas, some are Vaishnava Puranas. Even though the basic teachings are same in all the Puranas, the Vaishnava Puranas glorify one form of Paramatma, and that is the form of Vishnu. It is one form. And the purpose of doing so is to facilitate some people who might like the Vishnu form. Then there are some other Puranas. They are called Shaktapuranas. They glorify Shakti, means Devi, the Divine Mother. Therefore, they are called Shaktapurana. The same Ishvara, same Paramatma is presented as Shakti in Shaktapuranas. Then there are Shaiva Puranas. In Shaiva Purana, the same Paramatma is presented in another form. It is the form of Shiva. Therefore, essentially there is no difference among these Puranas. The central teachings are same. They have to be same because all of them are based on the Vedas. Then what makes the difference? The forms of Paramatma are different. Some Puranas present him as Vishnu. Some Puranas present him as Shiva. Some Puranas present him as Devi. And there are some other forms also. But mainly these three forms are highlighted. Skanda Purana, it is basically about Skanda, Shanmukha. And it is associated with the Shiva, Shanmukha being the son of Shiva. This Purana also predominantly glorifies Shiva. Therefore, it is a Shaiva Purana. Therefore, the Purana talks about the importance of Shiva, the glory of Shiva, and how to worship Shiva, and so on. It is one of the topics discussed in Suta Samhita also. In fact, the first khanda of Suta Samhita is a Shiva Mahatmya Khandaha. Suta Samhita has 4 khandas. Among the 4 khandas, 4 divisions, 4 parts. The first part is dedicated to Shiva Mahatmyam, the glory of Shiva. Then the second khanda is called Jnana Yoga Khanda. This khanda discusses certain spiritual disciplines, like the duties of every ashrama, what a brahmachari should do, what a grihastha should do, what a sannyasi should do, what a vanaprastha should do, and all such topics are discussed, along with the Ashtanga Yoga. Ashtanga Yoga is also discussed. The third khanda is called Mukti Khandam. Mukti Khanda. And the fourth khanda is called Yajna Vaibhava Khanda. Therefore, Suta Samhita forms 4 khandas. Shiva Mahatmya Khandam, Jnana Yoga Khandam, Mukti Khandam, and Yajna Vaibhava Khandam. Since it is a voluminous text, let us not take this text shloka by shloka. It is not practicable to do this text as we did Ishavasya Upanishad, mantra by mantra. Instead, we will see only some important points discussed in this text. In fact, many of the points discussed in this text cannot be discussed in general, because most of the sadhanas discussed are specific rather. Like, for example, if someone wants to do Shiva Puja in a proper way, how it should be done, all such things are also discussed. Then certain types of upasanas, even such upasanas are discussed. We will look into certain topics. that are useful to the spiritual seekers in general. In chapter 4 of Jnana Yoga Khanda, chapter 4 of Jnana Yoga Khanda is dedicated to Grihastha Vidhi. What should a Grihastha do? Certain points are mentioned. The duties of a Grihastha. Devajñathithi bhaikshyartham pache naivatmakaranat. It is about cooking the food. When a Grihastha cooks, to who should he cook for? Naiva atmakaranat. One should not cook for oneself. Food should not be prepared for one's own sake. Then for whose sake? Deva Agni Atithi Bhaikshyartham. Four purposes of food are mentioned. Number 1, Deva, to the Devatas, offering it to the Devatas. Therefore, first of all, the food should be offered to Devata. In some houses, it is a practice. After the cooking is completed, they will put all the items in a plate and then it is offered to the Devata, to the deity. And then it is eaten as prasada. Without offering, they don't eat. Therefore, first it is offered to the Devatas. Then Agni. It is about people who perform Agnihotra. They offer it to Agni. The food is offered to Agni. Nowadays, people don't maintain the fire of Agnihotra. Therefore, it can be excused for majority of the people. Because there is no fire, how can we offer to the fire? Everybody has become Niragni. Then Atithi. Atithi. Someone who visits the house. Without informing. is called atithi. Any visitor. In olden days, they had to go from one place to another place on foot. There were no restaurants. Where will they eat food? They will go to some house. Without prior information, they would come. And they are in need of food. Giving food to such people is to feed the atithi. Atithi is not a guest in the present sense. Nowadays, some of your friend or relative might come. Not just such people. You may not know the name of the atithi. You may not know him. But he has come in need of food. He is a true atithi. Then bhaikshyartham, bhiksha. A brahmachari might come, or a sannyasi might come for bhiksha. Then they offer bhiksha to the brahmachari or the sannyasi, or it can be anybody else also. They ask for bhiksha. So, Deva Agni Atithi Bhaikshyartham Annam Pachet. One should cook food for these things, these purposes. Let me offer it to others. With this intention, one should cook food. Na atmakaranat, not for oneself. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 3, Krishna says, Bhunjate te tvagham papaha ye pachantyatmakaranat. The people who cook food for themselves, for their own sake, they will get papa. Therefore, the food should be cooked for the sake of contribution. Then one should eat what remains. Yajñashishtashinas santo muchyante sarvakilbishaihi. After offering the food to the devata, after offering food to the atithi and so on, what remains? The grihastha should eat that. And it is the purest form of food. It is like prasada. Yajna shishta. It is the yajna prasada. And eating such a food purifies. Muchyante sarvakilbishaihi. They become free from all papa. आत्मार्थं यः पचेन्मोहात् नरकार्थं सजीवति. If one cooks for oneself only, he is not parting his food with others. He is not contributing his food to others, not offering his food to others, then he incurs papa. And Suta says, Narakartham sajivati. In fact, it is not Suta uvacha, it is Ishvara uvacha. In the story, Shiva comes and Shiva is teaching this to the rishis. Narakartham sajivati. He will go to Naraka. Dharmartham jivanam yesham santanartham cha maithunam te muchyante hi samsarat nanyena rakinas sada. Dharmartham jivanam yesham. Yesham jivanam dharmartham. People who live for dharma, a dharma pradhana life, a dharma pradhana jivana, a life in which dharma is predominant. There are 4 purusharthas: dharma, artha, kama and moksha. Let us keep moksha aside for time being, because to get moksha, lot of groundwork has to be done. Artha, kama and dharma. If we look at these 3 purusharthas, some people are artha pradhana. Money is their priority. Life is meant for earning money. Some people think so, and their life is centered around money. Life revolves around money. Money is the ultimate priority of life, and they have a target to meet. I have to earn this much money, 100 crore rupees. Artha pradhana life. Then there is a kama pradhana life, a life dedicated to kama, material enjoyment is the priority. Going for holidays, and so on. Kama pradhana life. How much I can enjoy my life in a materialistic way. This is their priority. It is a kama pradhana life. We have to be happy, materially happy. So they are busy going for holidays and so on. Luxury and holiday, etc. It is a kama pradhana life. Bhagavan talks about a dharma pradhana life. Dharmartham jivanam yesham. People live for dharma. Dharmartham jivanam. Jivana is not meant for artha and it is not meant for kama also. Their greatest priority is dharma. It is not that they will stop earning money. But if they earn money, it will be through legitimate means. Artha is earned through dharma, without violating dharma. And the artha is made use of for dharma. It is utilized for dharma, for charity, for yajna, dana. The money, a substantial portion of the money is used for yajna and dana. And all values are followed in life. Then it is a dharma pradhana life. At the end of the day, they want to be satisfied with how much of dharma they have done, how many people they have helped, how many yajnas they have performed, how many values they have followed. This gives them satisfaction. They are dharma pradhana. An artha pradhana person tries to find satisfaction in how much money he has earned. One can ask this question to oneself. What will satisfy me at the end of my life? Is it the millions of wealth I have accumulated? Will that satisfy me? Or will a number of holidays I have enjoyed, the amount of luxury I have enjoyed, will that satisfy me? Neither of them are going to satisfy. When we are going to leave the body, neither artha nor kama is going to satisfy us. What will really give satisfaction is a dharma. I have done many good works in my life. I have tried to help many people in life. I have done lot of puja and japa in my life. I have taught vidya to many people in my life. This will give satisfaction. Therefore, Ishvara suggests a dharma pradhana life, a life devoted to dharma, which involves yajna, dana and tapas, all the virtues prescribed in the Shastra. Dharmartham jivanam yesham, their life is meant for dharma. Santanartham cha maithunam, their relation, the family life, husband and wife relation, it is meant for progeny. It is not meant for enjoyment. They give birth to children, a grihastha. This is meant told for a grihastha. They give birth to children and they bring up the children in a proper way. Te muchyante hi samsarat. Such a life, this kind of a life of a grihastha facilitates moksha. Dharma leads to moksha. Without a dharma, there cannot be moksha. Nowadays, people think if you choose moksha, you need not think of dharma. You have become a Vedanta student, so you don't have to do any dharma. It is not true. Without dharma, moksha is not possible. Because dharma is the way to purify ourselves. Dharma is the way to receive Paramatma's grace. And without it, moksha is not possible. Therefore, Ishvara says, Te muchyante hi samsarat. They become free from samsara in due course of time. Nanyena rakinas sada, not the other people. Ignoring dharma, ignoring the values of dharma, if one follows artha and kama, then he accumulates papa and he may end up in naraka. Narakinaha. They may go to naraka also. Naraka means a kind of spiritual downfall. They culminate in spiritual downfall. They don't grow spiritually. They don't prosper in the spiritual pursuit. Yatrarthamarjayedartham yagartham vadvijottamah. Shiva beautifully shows us the place of money in life. Why should one earn money. For what purpose should one earn money? Definitely, we need money for our basic needs. It is understood. But in addition to the basic needs, should one earn money just to accumulate it? Or just to enjoy it? Then Shiva says, the wealth should be utilized for yatra and yaga. Yatrartham, for yatra, tirtha yatra. If you look at texts like Mahabharata, tirtha yatra is given a great importance. Going to, visiting certain holy places, certain sacred places. Like Kashi, like Rameshwaram, etc. Yatrartham vittam arjayet. And if one goes to holy place, going to holy places, going for a pilgrimage involves expenses. One should pay for the ticket, food, etc. And in addition to food and ticket, one should do charity in the sacred places also. The Tirtha Kshetra is considered to be a good place, an auspicious place for dana. Deshe kale cha patre cha. It is a good auspicious place for giving charity, dana. So, while doing yatra, the yatra also involves certain amount of dana. Therefore, yatrarthamarjayed vittam and yagartham, for yaga, for performing yaga, rituals, puja. So even yaga involves dana. Without dana, yaga is not complete. As a part of the yaga, there is a dana. Certain other important duties of a grihastha. Nitya shraddham tatha danam ashaktanam cha rakshanam dayam sarveshu bhuteshu kuryad garhasthyam ashritaha. Nitya shraddham, performing shraddha regularly. Shraddha should be performed regularly. Many people find ways to excuse themselves from Shraddha nowadays. But Shiva says Shraddha should be performed regularly. Some people don't even perform Shraddha. And some other people, they want to do Shraddha once for all, and then they don't want to perform Shraddha regularly. Shiva says, Ishvara says, Nitya Shraddham. Shraddha should be performed regularly by those who are entitled to perform Shraddha. It is not for everyone. The people who are entitled to perform Shraddha. Those who have their parents are alive, then you don't have to perform Shraddha now. Or a sannyasi doesn't have to perform Shraddha. It is meant for Grihastha. So Nitya Shraddham. Then Tatha Dhanam. Also Dhanam. Dana is an important value for a Grihastha. And a Grihastha should give a substantial proportion of his wealth. A rich man, a billionaire, gives a 10 rupees as dana. It is not dana. He should give a substantial proportion. Then it is proper dana. Tatha dhanam ashaktanam charakshanam. Protecting the ashakta, protecting the weaker ones, protecting the helpless ones. Among one's own relatives, there may be ashaktas, not parents. Taking care of parents is not ashaktanam rakshanam. It is a primary duty of a grihastha. Matru devo bhava, pitru devo bhava. It is a primary duty to take care of the parents. Then other ashaktas may be there. Sometimes one's brother or sister may not be in a position to support themselves. Some relative or any neighbor or anybody else. Ashaktanam rakshanam, protecting the ashakta, taking care of the people who are not capable of taking care of themselves. Dayam sarveshu bhuteshu kuryat, and he should be compassionate to everyone. Sarveshu bhuteshu, not just human beings, all beings. Sarveshu bhuteshu daya, compassion to all the beings. Garhasthyama sthitaha kuryat, a grihastha should do all these. These are the values of a grihastha. Yati samrakshanam kuryat annapanadibhis sada. Yati means a sannyasi. A grihastha should take care of a sannyasi annapanadibhihi, with the food, the drink, etc. He should take care of a sannyasi. So, taking care of a sannyasi is also a grihastha's duty. Supporting a sannyasi, giving food, drink, and shelter. Annapana adi. Adi includes shelter also. Providing shelter for a sannyasi, providing cloth to a sannyasi. So, yati samrakshanam kuryat annapanadibhis sada. Yatischa brahmachari cha pakvanna swamina vubhau. Yati and brahmachari. Sannyasi and brahmachari, they don't cook food for themselves. They don't cook because they don't have a house, really speaking. Therefore, they deserve cooked food. Pakwan means cooked food. A grihastha should offer cooked food to a sannyasi and brahmachari. These two are Pakwanna Swamis. I am a Pakwanna Swami. That is why I am called Swami, perhaps. Okay, I think we can stop today here. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.